Hi, welcome back to the at-home retreat.
欢迎回到居家进修营，
And thanks to Xiaobing for translating for me.
谢谢小平为我翻译。
We're on session 22,
我们现在是第22堂，
and the name of this session is The Necessary Firefighting Equipment.
这一个主题叫做必要的灭火设备，
And it means there's a fire. Here you see a picture of a house on fire.
意思就是有一个火，然后你看到就是燃烧着的屋顶。
And actually, I have been in houses that caught on fire. In the monastery, one house caught on fire.
实际上我去过那些着火的屋子，有一次在寺院里一间屋子着火了，
And it's very frightening.
然后是很可怕的。
Once it gets up to a certain kind of temperature,
一旦它达到某种温度，
then it's very, very, very difficult to stop the fire.
要灭火就非常难了。
So let's read the text.
所以我们一起来读文本。
So let's say you finally got this Elon Musk inspiration. I'm going to get out of this trouble.
然后呢，我们假设你已经获得像埃隆·马斯克这样的一个精神，就是我要从麻烦中脱身，
I want to find a cool life, not this stupid life.
我要过上很酷的生活，不是现在这样愚蠢的生活。
By the way, it doesn't mean you kill yourself, okay?
当然不是说你自杀，
It means you make some cool adjustments, and then life is like magic.
意思就是说你做一些很酷的调整，然后生活就像奇迹一般。
So once you decide to get out of the jail, once you make that decision,
一旦你决定从监狱中逃离出去，
you have to study or train yourself in some kind of path for getting out of trouble.
然后你就要开始训练自己，然后让你自己有道路从这个麻烦当中脱身。
So we're moving on to another great subject of the Lomrim.
所以我们现在要讲到在道次第当中一个很棒的主题。
If the last 21 videos were successful,
如果过前21堂视频课是很成功的话，
you and us, we've all been inspired to get out of this place and find a better place.
你跟我们都会受到启发，要从这个糟糕的地方当中脱身，去到更好的地方。
Now we're going to need a path or instructions how to get out.
现在呢，我们会有一条道路或得到一些指引，就如何出去。
So we're going to describe the path that you need to follow to change your life completely and reach a cool life.
所以我们现在要跟随踏上这些道路，让你可以从麻烦问题当中脱身，然后踏上全新的生命。
This explanation is going to have two parts.
这个解释会有2个部分。
Well, what kind of den are you going to need to get out of this cycle of pain? What kind of den? Den means body and mind.
就要从这种痛苦的循环当中出去，你需要怎么样的身体和意识？
This is part of the discussion of the equipment to put out the fire.
这就是去灭火的相关讨论的一个部分。
Like, I don't know, if in ballet, okay?
比方说在芭蕾舞当中，
in Russia,
在俄罗斯，
when they actually measure children's legs when they're like 6 years old.
在孩子6岁的时候，他们就去量他的骨骼。
And at the age of 6, based on how long is their leg compared to their chest,
就是孩子6岁的时候，他们量孩子的腿跟他们的身体的一些比例。
they actually choose ballet dancers at that age and start training them.
他们实际上就那个年龄就开始去挑选芭蕾舞蹈演员，然后呢，从那时起就训练他们。
So they figured out what's the perfect proportions to dance ballet successfully.
然后他们就弄明白了，就是如果要成功的跳芭蕾舞的话，身体的比例应该是怎么样子的。
So what's the perfect body and mind to dance your way out of the wheel of life?
所以如果你要从生命之轮当中跳舞着离开的话，你需要怎么样的身体和意识呢？
And then once you get that equipment,
一旦你拥有这样的设备，
that body and mind,
这样的身体和意识，
lam jitabu shiki korwalen dopa. And then we're going to move on to another subject, which what kind of path do you have to follow to get out of this wheel?
我们接下来要去到另外一个主题，就是你要跟随什么样的道路，可以从这个生命之轮当中解脱出来。
So today we're going to start with describing the perfect body and mind.
所以今天我们要开始来描述什么样是完美的身体和意识，
What's the perfect equipment?
怎么样算是完美的设备。
당번이 대타 코르웨님의 쌈네. So give it a good thought, like we just took you through all this long part, how to realize you're in the jail.
所以呢，要好好的去思量，就是去思考你真的是在一个监狱当中。
Then you should kind of think about what's the one quality that is typical of samsara. If you had to describe samsara, the wheel of pain, in one word, what word would you choose?
如果你要描述轮回，就是痛苦的循环，用一个词，你会选哪一个词来描述？
And it's this, Nichuki Korwa, this circle of life. And whether you're talking about the world around us or you're talking about the people who live in that world,
这个生
which in
命的
Tibetan is called the cup and the coffee.
呃
The world is called the cup. The
就是
coffee
整
is the people in the world.
the word is called
The world is the cup, and the people are all what's in the cup.
就在藏文当中，他描述这个世界这个轮回呢，是用一个杯子跟杯子里的咖啡再来描述的。然后世界就是这个杯子，我们的人就是杯子里面的咖啡。
So whether you're talking about the cup, which is the whole outer world,
所以呢，这个杯子呢，就是整个外在的世界。
or you're talking about the coffee and the cup, which is all the people who live in that world,
或是你描述杯子跟杯子里的咖啡，咖啡呢指的是活在这个世界里的所有的生命。
there's one quality that they share. The outer world and the people living in the world, there's one quality that they all share.
就这个情气的世界，意思就是外部的世界以及生活在这个世界里的所有的人，可以用一个词来描述。
And it's a beautiful image. It's called Lungi Kyope Chunda. Say Lungi
可以一起念 nungi
Kyope
gyobe
Chunda.
chunda。
Okay, Lung here means the wind.
lung 意思就是风
Kyopa means moved by the wind.
gyoba 意思就是受风所移动。
Chu means the surface of the ocean, for example.
这的意思就是比方说海洋的表面。
And Da means the reflection of the moon on top of the ocean.
大的意思就是月亮的倒影投在了海洋上。
Then if you go out on the ocean at night,
如果你晚上去看海，
so I used to go out, my dad used to take us out for 2 or 3 days in the ocean for fishing.
以前呢，小时候呢，我爸爸会带我们去海上钓鱼，
And it's kind of frightening because you go so far, you cannot see the land anymore.
就是有点可怕的，因为开得非常远，都看不到陆地了。
And you're in a small boat
然后你就在一条小船上
for 2 or 3 days.
，2-3天就在小船上。
And sometimes there's a full moon.
有些时候有满月，
And at night, it's very, very beautiful. You watch the moon on the water.
晚上时候是非常美的，你可以看见水上的月亮的倒影。
Then if the wind, a little bit of wind comes,
然后有一点点风吹过来，
then that image of the moon, that reflection of the moon is rippling like this.
然后那个月亮的倒影啊，就像这样子在移动。
And it says here, that's the one quality of the world and the people in the world, which we both share.
这就是我们共同分享的这个世界以及世界里的人，
Nothing stays the same,
没有任何事物是保持不变的，
even for a second.
就是哪怕一刹那，
Our whole life is constantly shifting, and the world around us is constantly shifting.
就是我们的生命，我们周围的世界在刹那每一刹那都在变化。
Keji Kelmin Dupar, Jikpe Mitakpa. Nothing stays more than a second. Things are being destroyed moment by moment.
就是所有的事物都是刹那间在生灭的，
So that's the one problem of our life.
这就是我们生活的一个问题。
Korwe dejo namni dukdul ki denge chemadan jawar. This is a very powerful image and it's a little bit difficult. Okay, so korwa means here in this cycle of pain.
在这个痛苦的循环当中，
De jor means dewa dang jorpa means any happiness we can find, or any money or things we can find,
意思是我们能找到任何快乐，或是赚到任何金钱，
they are like the Chima means the shadow,
它们就像阴影。
of the Denka means that special snake called cobra, and they have this hood, little bit hood.
就是那种特别的眼镜蛇旁边的头旁边这个东西，
Of the Dukjul means a very, very poisonous cobra snake.
它就像一种特别毒的毒蛇。
Nokchung la nyenche. Nokchung means not really very important.
就是毒蛇的阴影，意思就是不是非常重要。
Nyenche means actually a sign of great danger.
意
Okay.
意思就是一种危险，非常危险的一个迹象。
So don't think about and we had a similar snake in my 3-year retreat.
在我做3年闭关的时候，有一条类似的蛇，
Very poisonous.
是毒性很强。
And they have a hood.
然后呢，它旁边有一个像帽子罩住的一样，有个罩一样的。
And if the sun shines
就如果太阳照射过来，
and you're looking at the ground
然后你往地下一看，
and you see the shadow of this snake's head,
然后呢，你就看到这一头蛇的头的一个阴影，
and you're like, oh, so beautiful shape.
你就说哦，好漂亮的形
Look,
状哦，
kind of a beautiful circle, and
你看有点漂亮的圆形，
and maybe it looks beautiful,
或许看上去
A little bit.
是有点美丽的，
but it's a shadow of a thing which is very, very close, which is highly poisonous.
但是呢，你要想到这是离你非常近的，然后毒性很强的一个东西的倒影。
So we are like fascinated by, oh, it's such a beautiful round shape. Look how beautiful it is.
然后呢，我们只关注说，哎呀，你看它的圆形多美啊！
But it's really the shadow of the snake's hood, an
Then-
extremely poisonous snake.
但实际上这是毒性极强的蛇头的阴影。
Okay, for $100 shopping,
好，$100的问题，
what's the shadow metaphor? It's a metaphor for what?
It's a
Ding, ding,
metaphor of
ding,
the
ding,
circle of the suffering life.
Nope. Ding, ding, ding. Dejor. We just had it. Dollar. You got it, Stanley? Dejor. Any happiness,
哦，就任何的快乐，
any little happiness, or any money or things you can find in this life.
或是在这个世界当中你能找到的任何的财富、金钱，
Don't get attached to it.
哦，就不要受之吸引，
Don't get close to it and say, "Oh, it's so beautiful."
不要靠近说哦这么美呀、
It's just a shadow of the head of a highly poisonous snake.
要想到这是毒性极强的毒蛇蛇头的阴影。
And it has all the happiness you can find in this life and all the money and things you can find in this life have two qualities.
这世间的你能找到所有快乐跟所有金钱，它们都有2个特质。
Number one,
第一个
nokchung,
春，
completely unimportant.
一点都不重要，
Piece of shadow on the ground.
就地上的一个阴影。
And Nyenchewa at the same time extremely dangerous.
与此同时，极其的危险。
Okay, it's a wonderful image. Okay.
它是个非常棒的一个图像。
Then he explains it a little bit.
然后他就稍微做了一个解释。
Tawang nga kandake kyang, no matter which of the 5 parts of this suffering wheel you are born into.
不论你出生在痛苦轮回当中的哪一道，
And here they're talking about the traditional 5 divisions inside the 12 links in the wheel of life.
他这里讲到在生命之轮的蛇环当中的几道，
And there you can see animals,
可以看到动物道，
hungry spirits,
然后呢，恶鬼道、
hell beings,
地狱道、
humans.
人道，
Gods and demigods counted as one together.
就是天道跟阿修罗道是算成一起
Sometimes
的。
they're separated into 6.
有些时候这2个又分开，就变成5道，就变成6道。
So it doesn't matter These are the 5 choices you can be born. There's no more. It's always just those 5.
就是你可以投生到这5道当中的任何一道，但是没有更多的选择，只能是5个其中的一个。
It's like 5 prison cells. Okay?
就好像是5个毒蛇的蛇窝一样的。
And it doesn't matter which one you go in, you're still in the jail.
就不论你去到哪一个，你仍然是在监狱当中。
May Barway Kim, each one of those 5 kinds of life form is like a house which is on fire, big fire.
就是你不论在哪一道当中，然后就像处于在燃烧的屋宅一样的。
No matter what life form you take, you're still in a burning house.
无论你是在哪一种生命形式，你仍然身处燃烧的屋子里。
Tsunra Chupa means you are still in a cell, almost like you are in a cell inside a burning house. Okay.
几乎就像你在一个火宅当中的一个屋子里一样。
Ne dedala mende. Try to get over any attachment to this burning house.
试着不要对这些火宅有任何的执着。
Tarnduke. Try to think, how can I get out?
试着去想我能够如何逃脱。
Korwale tarnduki lo chumin kepana. If you are able to get a state of mind where you want to escape from the wheel.
如果你能够得到这种意识状态，你想从生命之轮当中逃脱出来。
And there's an important word here called chumin.
这里有一个很重要的词叫 chumin，
It's an abbreviation for chuma mayimba.
它是个 chuma mayimba 的简称。
And it means a genuine wish and not just like a fake wish, like, oh yeah, okay, I wish I could get out. But
它指的是一种真实的愿望，而不是说一种假的，是真实说我希望能够逃脱。
Kurwe gyu se chepana, if you really want to cut this wheel at its root.
如果你想从根本处来斩断这个生命之轮的话，
You're going to have to stop karma and negative emotions.
你就要停止造业以及停止烦恼，
And,
停止造恶业和烦恼。
if somebody gave you a choice, okay, I'll give you a choice.
有人给你一个选择，好，我给你一个选择。
This afternoon, we can attack your bad karma or we can attack your negative emotions.
今天下午我们可以来攻击你的恶业或是你的烦恼，
Which would you choose?
你会选择哪一个？
Negative emotions or the karma?
是恶业还是烦恼？
Which one to attack first?
Negative
Yeah, because they are the root.
Yeah.
So go for
恶
the root.
业，因为这些是根本，你要先从根本斩断。
And if you could choose among all the negative emotions, if you could choose one to attack,
如果要所有恶业当中你选择一个要去攻击的话，
what's number one negative emotion in the kitchen?
在厨房当中第一个恶业是什么 ？Misunderstanding，
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
误解，我什么都没做，
He's yelling at me. I didn't do anything.
我什么都没做，他就骂我了。
So all the troublemakers in the whole world,
所以全世界的所有的捣蛋鬼
two big groups,
分成2大类，
negative emotions
就是负面的烦恼，
and the karma.
还有恶业。
Which group to attack first?
你要先攻击哪一组？
Negative emotions. Because they make the karma. So attack the negative emotions first.
所以呢，要去攻击那些负面的烦恼。
Well, there's like 84,000 negative emotions. Which one you want me to attack first?
全世界有84000种烦恼，你要我攻击哪一种？
Attack your misunderstanding of your husband. I didn't do anything.
去攻击那一个误解，就我什么都没做。
You got a good one. Deishombe tabla good. You gotta work hard to kill that one.
所以你要努力去杀那一个。
Deon Danny, now, what kind of body and mind are perfect for this fight?
就是要打赢这个仗，怎么样的身体和意识是最完美的？
Downjord Sangxing. Well, first of all, do you have all the spiritual leisures and fortunes?
首先，你有没有暇满人生？
Were you born as a human?
你是否转生为人？
Do you have a pretty healthy body?
你有没有一个挺健康的身体？
Do you have fairly good intelligence?
你有没有还不错的智力？
Do you live in a world where their dharma even exists?
你是否生活在一个世界，然后这个世界是有佛法的？
And we went through this list already.
我们之前谈过这个清单了。
Yeah, I have that. I mean, my life's not perfect, but I have enough food. I have a nice place to stay. I'm okay.
有啊，我有啊，我有地方可以住，我的健康还不错，
I have a fairly good life.
我的生活还不错。
Sangcha here means literally it means someone who is keeping celibacy, who doesn't have sex. Okay,
这里指的是那些没有过性生活的人。
but it became by the way, the Sanskrit is Brahmacharya,
梵文叫 Brahmacharya，
and but it became a general word for all of us who are trying to practice Buddhism.
所以最后这个词就会变成用来描述所以想尝试修习佛法的人。
So we have food and shelter. We live in a country where we can practice Buddhism.
我们有食物，我们有shelter it means the place，
We live in a country where we can practice.
就是我们有食物，我们活在一个可以练习佛法的地方。
And we actually have available to us 3 important practices.
然后呢，我们还可以来练习这3个非常重要的练习。
Lapa Tsuchimgi Lapa, Lapa Tinginzingi Lapa, Lapa Shariki Lapa. These are called the 3 trainings.
这也就是叫3学，叫戒定慧。
What are they?
他们指的是什么呢？
And they're called the 3 special trainings in
这
Buddhism.
种在佛教当中叫做3种特别的训练。
I have heard about the training of good behavior that doesn't hurt other people.
然后我听过那种就是训练，就是好的行为，就是不要伤害他人。
And, even in these Lamrim videos, they are teaching me concentration or meditation.
而且在这个掌中解脱的视频当中，也在教我专注。
And I have heard teachings about emptiness, especially in the kitchen.
我也听了关于空性的教授，尤其是指在厨房当中的。
So my human body is not just a normal human body. I have a really special human body. I have food. I have house. I have Buddhism. I have those 3 trainings.
所以呢，我的这种身体和意识不是一般的。我有了食物、身体，我有食物，我有住的地方，我还可以学习这些内容。
So really, this is now the exact time when I should be getting out of the wheel. I have everything's ready.
所以此时一切都具备了，所以这时正是我逃脱生命之轮的好时机。
And then Geshe Potoa, who lived exactly 1,000 years ago,
1000多年前的格西博多瓦说，
and I have his picture here from Tanka
我还找到了关于他的一幅唐卡，
with 2 other Kadampa masters.
他跟另外2位噶当派的大师在一起。
He said,
他说道，
"Ngar det samshi Kambala." So I've been wandering through this wheel of pain for many lifetimes.
我在生命之轮当中流浪许久，
Ranglog ma chungsana. And you know what?
你
The
知道吗？
wheel, up to now, countless lifetimes, the wheel never cooperated with me and stopped by itself, and I didn't do anything. That wheel is not going to stop by itself. It didn't stop by itself for billions of years.
然后数百万年来，这个轮都不会自己停止的。
Dayang rang log miongwei, and probably it's not going to stop on its own in the future from now.
而且从现在到未来，或许它也不会自然停止。
Therefore, wei do ge. Maybe I have to stop it.
所以或许我得去断除这
Well,
个轮
when
回。
should I start stopping it?
那我什么时候要开始去断除呢？
You can't start it. Start now.
从现在开始啊？
Why?
为什么呢？
Downjar topedu. You got all those perfect circumstances.
因为所有这些完美的条件你都具备了，
You're not too old.
也没有太老，
You have food. You have house.
有食物，有住的地
You
方，
know, you heard about Buddhism.
学过佛法，
People taught you about morality, not hurting other people.
人们还教了你戒，就是不要伤害他人。
People taught you meditation.
人们还教你了冥想，
People taught you about emptiness.
人们还教你了空性。
The time is now.
现在正是好时机。
Shea sumbatar luten dinile sakpa mela. You are never gonna get a better chance than today.
你不可能再得到比今天更好的时机了。
You have the equipment you need to put the fire out.
你有灭火所需要的设备，
Actually, it couldn't be more perfect than what you have now.
实际上你再也不可能得到比现在更好的条
Oh
件了。
no, Gisela, there's a virus now.
可惜现在有病毒哦。
No, good body, good home, lots of Buddhism, and a virus. That's perfect.
你要好的身体，好住的地方，很多佛法，还有病毒，这是最完美的。
Maybe you get scared a little bit.
或许你有点怕，
Maybe you start to think about where you're going next.
或许你会开始想接下来要去哪里。
So to have all of those things plus the virus, you are super lucky today.
所以你今天有所有条件都有，再加上病毒，你真的非常幸运呐。
In America,
在美国，
in the last 3 weeks,
在过去3周，
every American became half Buddhist suddenly.
所有美国人有一半的人都变得有点像一半像佛教徒了。
I don't mean they all said, oh, I want to try Buddhism. They didn't say that.
我不是说他们说，我要成为佛教徒，他们没这样说。
But they're all talking all day, only one thing. Oh, what about the fire? What can we do? What can we do? How we get out of this? You know.
但是他们每天都在讲，我们该怎么办？怎么办？怎么从中解脱出来？
So from that point of view, they all became half Buddhist. They want to get out of this trouble.
但是从这个角度来讲，他们都变成了半个佛教徒，因为他们想要从烦恼、从麻烦当中逃脱出来。
And we have a perfect circumstances.
我们有完美的一个条件了，
Good body, not perfect, but okay, it works.
好的身体不是完美，但可以用啊。
And a mind is not perfect, but okay, it works.
然后意识也不完美，但是可以用啊。
And we heard a lot of Alarm Rim, 34 retreats already for 10 years.
而且我们在听了很多佛法，过去10年教了30多次精修营。
So if you want to stop that wheel,
所以如果你想停止这个轮回的话，
start this month.
这个月就开始，
Perfect.
是完美的。
Okay, how to stop the wheel?
好，如何停止这个轮回呢？
We need 3 things.
我们需要3个，
And we're going to learn about those tomorrow
我们明天来学习，
in session 23.
在第23个视频
And
当中学
thank you
习。
again, Xiaoping, for translating.
谢谢小平翻译，
Hey.
耶。